Let's see. Yee. It looks like we good. And we back, and we back, and we back. What's up? What's up? What's good, everybody? Can you guys hear me just fine? What up, what up, what up? Let me know if the audio is good. It should be good. It better be good. Because if it's not, well, then I don't really have a plan B. You guys already know it's a live stream. Now, this I'm hoping will take me an hour. When I say it'll take me an hour, it usually doesn't just take an hour. It's usually an hour and some change. Which is okay. I want to get this done by the time the Lakers and Rockets game starts. Ooh, I'm so excited, guys. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Basketball is good. I feel like how to get better at drawing. I'll get into that in a second. I gotta write these things down. If I don't write it down, I can't remember it. Let me just do better at drawing. I got you, bro. Really? Well, here, how about this? How about let me know what you want to draw? Because there's probably multiple ways you can go about doing it. So, like, if you want to draw people, that's one thing. If you want to do, like, anime, that's another. You know, like Dragon Ball Z stuff. If you want to do stuff like this, this is a digital illustration. So it's not really drawing because you're using software and stuff. So it's a little more complex. You got to understand the software. But the fundamentals of drawing are all in here. So what we're going to do, we're going to work on the outsole. The shoe in and of itself, very, very simple. We have an upper that has all these nice little details in it. What's up, Maka, however you want to pronounce it. All these details, right? And that's not too bad. We got the outsole, pretty easy, but it's a little complex at the same time. So what I like about it, we got these laces, love these laces, and then we got the pull tab. Not too complicated, but it takes time, and with the right amount of time, we can make it look good. That's the goal. Like on paper, cartoons and people. Okay, so when it comes to people, and there's a lot of different ways. Like when you say cartoons, like that can go a million different ways. So we're just gonna like look at it from like a broad spectrum or whatever. Hey, that's what's up. Yeah, so when we're talking about people, you have to understand the proportions, the anatomy of the human body first. Meaning, like, you know, some people, or when they draw, they'll draw a person, and when it ends up like when they're drawing, they don't realize what's going on with their drawing, why it doesn't look normal. It's because the proportions of what they're doing isn't matched up. So if you do like a cartoon drawing, obviously it's not going to be real because, well, it's a cartoon. We know this. But you have to understand the reason why you're putting down those lines, how those lines are working together. What I see a lot of people do when they draw and they're not too familiar with drawing, it's almost like they're incorporating 2 or 3 different styles within one drawing, which is fine except when that's not what you want to do. So you got to try to make sure that your style is all the same. Meaning, perfect example, you don't want to have like a super hyper realistic t-shirt with a face that's like a round circle with 2 dots. Unless that's what you're going for, you know? But that's an exception. So what I recommend, if you're trying to really learn how to draw people, first thing you should do is look up tutorial videos. I don't have any on the channel because I'm not too good at drawing people. That's not my skill set yet. So actually, let me reverse this on you. If I was gonna draw somebody, I had a 17-hour flight and I drew shoes. Bro, you had a 17-hour flight? What planet did you come from? Yes, exactly like quick drawings. If you see quick draws videos, that's a perfect example. And in every video, he doesn't necessarily go over what he's doing, but just look at the lines that he places down, you know? Look at how he does his t-shirts and copy it. Because by copying it, you should start to understand how those lines work together. You put the certain lines in a certain Dallas to Australia, or Australia to Dallas. Sounds about right. That's cool. Which means either, wait, hold on. If you're going from Australia to Dallas, you were either on vacation in Australia or vice versa, which is cool. Guidelines, when it comes to people, Yes and no. It depends. If you're trying to go more realistic, you'll sometimes see guidelines. Like, for example, you ever seen drawings of like somebody's face? They start off, it's like an oval, right? And then you see like crosshairs. Those crosshairs are the direction in which the person is facing, because it's very important. Because if you don't know where that person's facing, where the center of that person's face is, it can get very tricky and sticky to figure out, okay, well, what the heck? How is this guy going to look? How are the eyes going to look? Where's the nose and all that? It gets a little complex. So if I was going to start drawing, okay, if I'm going to start drawing people, I would look at tutorial videos. Gotta look at tutorial videos. Why? Because it's free. That's the only reason I need. It's free. A lot of people have put up tutorial videos on how to draw something. Usually in the thumbnail, it will give you an idea of what the drawing they did in that video was. So if you like the drawing in the thumbnail, chances are in the video, if they're a decent teacher, if they're decent at explaining their process, if they know what they're doing, you'll be able to recreate the same thing, if not something similar. Now, my sister wants to marry you, IDKY. First of all, what font is that? Some of your letters look weird. Second of all, tell her I said thank you. I appreciate it. I'm tough to manage, though. My poor wife, whoever she is, she's got to deal with my ridiculous butthead self. But I would look at videos, man, because what if you want to do anime, right? Well, you want to look at anime drawing videos. You know, if you want to do like a chibi art style, that's like a cutesy anime style, you can do that. If you want to do hyper realism, you get shading and all that going. You look at, you know, hyper realism stuff. And if you want to take it a step further, because, you know, free videos are great. I love free videos. But, and I encourage everybody to do this too. If you want to get to learn how to draw something, go to like your local art supply store, whatever you got. Look at drawing books. Look at drawing books. One, because books are awesome. I used to hate books. Like, I still low-key kind of hate books. But I'm not going to lie. The right books, when it's something that you're interested in, they're awesome. And there's a reason why. So, like, any Joe Schmo on the internet can post a video of them doing digital illustrations on sneakers, right? That's basically what I'm doing. But a book, there's something about a book where it takes months of planning, right? Probably years of experience in whatever it is that the book is talking about. And then you have to publish it. That costs a lot of money. So there's little room for error when it comes to providing knowledge that's within a book. Because if you don't know what you're talking about, you're wasting a lot of money getting that book printed out into retail stores. You know, you can look on Amazon as well. When you go on Amazon, you look for drawing books, like how to draw a realistic person. Look at the reviews. Does it got 4 stars? Does it have 5 stars? If it has 2 stars, don't you dare buy that book. Unless it's only 1 review and the person didn't even open it. In which case, I still wouldn't order it. You know, I'm not trying to order a book only one other person has put a review on. And I would start there, you know. Free drawing videos. The Dancer Jabrel. I don't know if I remember you. That's a pretty unique name. I figured I would have remembered a name like that, of that caliber. But I appreciate that you're here. Sorry I don't remember you. It's all love. And that goes for drawing anything, by the way. If you want to learn how to draw anything, if you want to learn how to draw buildings, perspective, right? If you want to do like architecture, stuff like that, videos, man. Google videos, whatever. Start off by learning stuff for free first. And then once you have all that knowledge for free and you've actually, you know, implemented it. So if in the video they say try these things out, you got to try those things out. And you also can't expect to be good at drawing something, whatever it is that's new, when you've only done it 2 or 3 times. Practice, man. Practice, practice, practice. Like, you can't give me a basketball and expect me to be good at basketball. You just can't. I suck, bro. I'm telling you guys, I suck. You give LeBron James a basketball, and he's pretty good. Or so I hear, right? That's what people say, at least. Man, so let's talk about basketball. I was watching the games last night while I was doing some other freelance work or whatever. Yesterday was busy. Every day is really busy, but especially yesterday. So we had 2 games. that were on television besides NBA TV, which I don't have at the moment. Crinksy, what's up, Fazo? Crinksy, this should take I say an hour, but whenever I say an hour, it's usually like an hour and some change. So give it like an hour, 15 minutes. Which means hopefully by the time I'm done with this, the first quarter will be hopefully halfway through. Golden State versus, oh my God, Golden State versus Utah, that was a good game. A little disappointing because I really would have rather Utah win, especially after putting in all that work. And that Utah crowd, guys, were you guys listening to that crowd? I've never been to an actual NBA game because that requires money. That also requires me being in a place that has a good team. I live near Orlando, so I mean, you can do with that information what you will. Okay, but right, so that crowd, like when my team gets good, or when I just go to a different city that happens to be playing a game, one thing I want to go to a game is because, and is it free? What is free? I don't know. One reason why I want to go to these games is that the energy in the crowd is insane, especially playoffs. Like playoff basketball. Next time when the playoffs happen, or if it's a big game, heck, okay, today's game, Lakers and Rockets, listen to that crowd. Listen to the energy in the crowd. One thing you guys have to understand is when they do these broadcasts for sports and stuff, especially in football, because that crowd gets nuts. You're fitting like 100,000 people in a stadium or something like that, right? It's a lot of people. NBA is usually like 20 to 30,000. Lakers is probably closer to 30 because it's Staples Center. It's Los Angeles. It's a huge arena or whatever. It's enclosed too. So when you have these fans going nuts like they were in Utah last night, you can hear them roar. And understand, even though it's loud, it's still like being suppressed because you can't have the audio pick up the true sound of whatever's happening. Otherwise, it'd be extremely loud for a viewer. And you don't want people like turning down their TVs just because the loud's going nuts because Joe Ingles made a 3 or whatever, you know what I mean? That guy's good though. He looks like an Uber driver, but he balls like a professional. But I love that, man. I love the energy of the crowd. Another reason why I love basketball. Well, really sports in general, but I mean, is there another indoor sport that offers that same level of energy? Maybe hockey, but nobody talks about hockey, so I don't know. Donovan Mitchell didn't really play too good last night, though. Like, I could be wrong. Spike. My dog's in my room. He's bugging me. He didn't really do too hot. I gotta double check his shooting percentage, but if I recall, it really wasn't too impressive. Like, I don't think it was bad, but I think we have yet to see the Donovan Mitchell that we saw last season. Could be rust, could be nerves, right? This season he has expectations. Last season he didn't. I also don't think he started at the beginning of the season last season, so that could be a factor. There's a lot of different things. I hope he kind of gets with it. Also, Kawhi Leonard hasn't been playing that well either. Like percentage-wise, his shooting percentage. Again, I don't have these numbers in front of me, and I probably should. I got to get a second monitor. That's like my end of the year investment, is getting a second monitor. A, so I can have the chat playing on it. Right now I have my phone watching this live stream, getting those views, but that's how I'm able to see the chat. Otherwise, if I had the chat pulled up on my monitor, you guys would be able to see it. Which is okay, but I also need to see my screen, which is more important than me seeing the chat on the screen. But yeah, so yeah, Kawhi Leonard, I think he's still getting the swing of things or whatever. But they beat Boston. That was impressive. Again, another example of a hyped crowd, right? Crowd with a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm, ecstatic. Crazy sound, man, bro. You're my inspiration, bro. I appreciate it, though. By the way, I'm also recording this. So, like, obviously this gets uploaded to YouTube. because I'm live streaming through YouTube. That's just what they do. But I'm also recording the live stream, so that way when this is over, I'm assuming immediately or semi-immediately, this will be sent over to my hard drive, and then the audio should also be recorded along with it. So what I'll probably do is, because at some point during this live stream we're probably going to have a good conversation, I can condense the video down to like 10 minutes or whatever the length of the conversation is, and upload that as a bonus video. Appreciate it, Crazy Salmon, bro. That was a while ago. 800 subs. Sheesh, man. I'm still so salty about my earlier days of YouTube. I'm salty about my last week. I was kind of slipping last week, this past week. Been crazy busy, which is good, but I gotta get back to making content every day. Which is why having these streams recorded and maybe condensing these into micro videos where the live stream itself is fast forwarded, so it's like it fits the duration of the video, and then I'll have some of the audio that was playing during it. I wouldn't want that to supplement a regular video for the day, like if it's a drawing video or whatever. Like, I still want that, but as a bonus, I think it'd be good. It wouldn't require too much more work because the video itself is done because I have the recording. It's condensed, so as opposed to watching an hour-long video just to see me do this digital illustration, you can watch the condensed version where I take the best topic out of this, and that'll suffice. Let's do yeah, that'll work. Although it's a little weird here. Let's condense this. Yeet. Oh, crazy, man. That's awesome, yo. I appreciate it. I'm not gonna stop uploading. Although it is important to find ways to reinvent myself, because it can get very easy to get bored. Or maybe not bored, tired of the same process over and over again. Like with everything else that I do, it's just tiring, yo. Which is good, but when you're naturally lazy, it's hard putting in a lot of work. Like, I'm a naturally, instinctively lazy person. What that means is that I've been pretty much lazy most of my life. Not super lazy, but on a scale like 1 to 10, like a solid 7.5. Yes, I play PUBG. Can you do how to draw Christian Louboutins? I'm actually, you know what, I'll include that as part of the poll. How to draw Christian Louboutins. I know I spelled that wrong. I'm not that great of a speller, and I definitely spelled that wrong. I'll include that as part of the poll. What's your name? Fazo? Kuzma or LeBron? What? Obviously Kyle Kuzma. No, I'm just playing. I'm imagining you're talking about something besides like them as a player. So let me know what you mean. Because as a player, and I hate to put this out there because I feel like it's ignorant, because again, I didn't watch Jordan growing up. I wasn't born for that level of greatness. I didn't witness that. But LeBron might be the GOAT. Or the BOAT. I think the BOAT is better. So, because I think about this all the time. I lose sleep over this, guys. I really do. Well, not really. But I think there's a difference between the greatest player of all time and the best player of all time. I don't know if LeBron can ever be the greatest. But if this man keeps putting in that work, he might be the best. This guy's probably going to get... He's going to beat Kareem's record for most total points ever. Like, no joke, I'd be shocked if he didn't. And he's probably going to do it wearing a Lakers uniform, guys. What up, Lila? Lila? Lola? Kyrie or Jason Tatum, bro? Well, it depends. Overall, probably Jason Tatum. But Kyrie's cold, yo. Kyrie Irving? Sheesh, bro. That guy is nuts, yo. But Jason Tatum's probably going to have a better career. He can just do more things. He's bigger. He's got the Mamba mentality. He probably thinks about Kobe Bryant a lot more than I do. Yeah, I'm going to go to the restroom real quick. I got to go sneeze. I don't want to do that on mic. So give me like 10 seconds. Alright, back. Yo, Lila, what's up? Feel so much better. Okay, let's see. I saw one. Westbrook or KD? As a player, I mean, sorry, Westbrook, but KD, yo. KD's a beast. I'm still salty about what KD did. I'm not gonna lie. I just disagree with it on so many levels, which is why I hope he leaves. Hope he goes to another team, puts in work there. Okay, so let's just check out some of these edges. Okay, I'm kind of feeling that, I guess. Yep, I'm cool with that. So now let's see. Ooh, hold on. Because why would it make sense that this is thicker than this? So we can extend this out a little bit and maybe pull this one back in a little bit, and over here too, and over here too. Yeah, although what is going on over here? See how this is not smooth? I want this to be smooth. I don't know if he backstabbed him, although it definitely looks that way. I just feel like nah, you're right. He definitely took his own career into account when he made that move. You know, he didn't care about his perception. Okay, is that what I wanted to do? Let me just see. And then, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, he didn't really care too much how his move was going to be perceived. All he cared about was the result. And, you know, the result does matter. And that is, I guess that'd be blamed on the media. If you guys watch these debate shows, just anybody who talks about basketball in the media in general, the discussion over the past, I guess, almost few decades, when determining a player's value and worth and overall success and legacy, it boils down to their rings. How did you start drawing shoes? Oh, I just started drawing shoes. I mean, that's a long story in and of itself, but I'm like, wait, I can kind of draw. I like shoes. Let me draw shoes. And then it starts there. And that's an easy answer, but my first like shoe drawings were bad. They're just bad. I don't have pictures of them, but like imagine like a brick, you know, like a cinder block. That's basically what it was. Just a little more round with shoelaces. So if you can start there or better, you're way ahead of me. No, I think Oklahoma City is still good. And it's annoying how they already lost twice, though. Like, you know, I just want them to win a few times without Westbrook. I understand he's the anchor of the team, but come on, get some W's. Make him feel good that he's, you know, having to sit out or whatever. Leela, appreciate it. You inspiring me to keep going. How about that? Look at all this. And then we're going to connect this. Yee. Okay. So, bam. Look at that. Look at that greatness. I want Los Angeles to win. It's in Los Angeles. So I think they're going to win from that fact alone. Well, they also have Westbrook. That man can go out for 40 points any given night. The problem is his style of play is so erratic, so unstable, and whatever other verbiage you want to use. Very inconsistent. He's good. I want him on my team. He probably doesn't want me on his team. I just think it'd be so awesome if they were able to beat the Warriors just so he could stick it to them. But that's not going to happen. Or maybe it does. I guess we'll see. This is too light. No. That works. Now let's make this one a darker. So, are we cool with that? A little bit. Let's make this like that. Let's pick it darker. Now, this right here, it looks a little weird, but when we start doing it, it's gonna look good. And we're pretty much gonna rinse and repeat. You're a Celtics fan? You should be hella happy. Your guys' future looks bright. Although you're probably a little salty you guys lost last night. You're from Los Angeles? That's gotta be cool. I live in a small town. Living in a big market like that's gotta be sweet. Happy for you. What up? Crazy? Crazy. Now, for those who are trying to wonder what I'm doing right now, because light comes from the top, right? Is that something we can all agree on? Light comes from the top. So, with each one of these whatevers, these fingers, these somethings, we know, excuse my stuffy nose by the way, I'm still a little sick. We know that light comes from the top. So the top part of these sections should be lighter than the bottom. That math makes sense, right? Game's gonna start in 20 minutes. Bro, don't put that pressure on me. I don't need all that stress in my life. I gotta do this. So if it overlaps with the game, I apologize. But that'd be so messed up if I'm like, okay guys, I'm only like a third of the way, so I'm gonna cut off this live stream. How much is Illustrator? So here's the thing. When it comes to Illustrator, Adobe has done this brilliant business model where you can't buy the software. At least not anymore. You used to be able to, and it was like $1,000 or something bucks. But now you can't buy it. So now you have to pretty much lease it per month. And the pricing on that, I believe for one piece of software, just one piece of software, I believe it's $10 a month, which isn't bad because in theory you should be able to make up that money or just be okay with paying the $10 a month. That's like what, Netflix or something like that? Build a dream team? Me on the bench cheering them on. Okay, so I'll be on the bench. You know, I want to be on the bench, so that way when everybody gets a ring, I get a ring too. Let's see. Okay, so let's start the point guard position. Are we doing current players or all time? Let's decide that right now. Guess we're doing all time. I know some of these old school heads are going to be like, yo, you're so dumb. How could you forget so-and-so and so-and-so? That's like, bro, I'm only 24. Like, I'm sorry I'm not 60 years old and I can't remember somebody who played from the 60s. All time, current. I think I might have to go with current. That's the only way my brain's going to compute. Here, I'll do both. How about that? So that way you guys can like only half roast me. So we're going to start with current only because my brain is working pretty well right now. Current point guard. I don't want to go with Steph Curry. But I like his three-point shooting. I like his ability to pass the ball. That's a skill in and of itself, guys, to say, okay, it's good to pass the ball now or it's not. I don't really care for his defense, but the rest of my positions are going to take care of that. So we're going to start with Steph Curry as a point guard, which kills me because I don't want to include any Warriors on the squad. But unfortunately, the starting five is pretty much going to have 2 or 3 Warriors in it anyway, so I can't avoid it, right? Steph, Russell, or Kyrie. I got to go with Steph. The three-point shooting is just too good. And Kyrie's a great scorer, but scoring is not going to be a problem. We're talking about picking a starting five, right? Because if there's somebody in the starting five who can't score, the other 4 should be able to cover. So yeah, like I'm just double checking, but I think it's got to be Curry for my point guard spot. The 3, man, his 3 is so good. Okay, so we got Curry. The 2 spot. Let's see, who do we have for the 2? Obviously, Klay Thompson's a good choice. We could do Kawhi Leonard for the 2. Does he play a 2 or a 3? In my fantasy world, he can be a 2. But let me just make sure I'm not missing anybody else. Giannis for the 2. Shoot, I mean, I guess, but is that like a good spot for him? This is too overpowered. Giannis for the 2. If anything goes, you know what? If I'm the coach for this fantasy team, I'm looking at Giannis, be like, Giannis, I don't care what you say. You're going for the 2. This is already nuts. We might as well put Joel Embiid at the point guard position. Now we can't have Giannis at the 2. Doesn't he? I'm pretty sure he does point guard, right? Doesn't he run the point for that team? I know he's not no 2. He was doing point guard at some point. You get it? Point guard at some point. But it's... Now, for the 2, I'll go with Kawhi for the 2. Just to keep it politically correct. For the 3, I got to go with Cedi Osman. Said no one ever. 3, LeBron James. Kawhi's shooting forward. But I don't want to pick Klay, and I mean DeRozan, but I don't like DeRozan over Klay. And I can't think of anybody else who's like really making my number 2 itch scratch. You know what I mean? Gordon Hayward, I believe, does the 2. but I don't like him over Clay. And I don't want to play Clay. That's my problem. In my fantasy world, I'm putting Kawhi at the 2 because he can definitely handle it. And if we're going to have Steph at the 1, that's a pretty nice lineup. So we're going to do that. Let's see. What markers do you use for drawing on paper? I use both Prismacolors and Copics depending on what colors I need because I only have a certain amount of colors. So let's see. The 3, LeBron. Okay, 4. At the 4. Now, does Anthony Davis play the 4 or is he a 5? Because I know last season he was a 4 because Boogie was a 5. But like with these players, because these players are so positionless, you could put Anthony Davis at the point guard and it's good. You know? So it's tough. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna put Anthony Davis at the 4, and we're gonna put Zaza Pachulia at the 5, just to have him get mauled by whoever else they have to go up against, out of spite. That's so petty. And here comes Zaza Pachulia coming in at number 5, and he will get mauled by whoever else. Cranksy, you're stressing me out. I know it's 15 minutes. I'm going as fast as I can. Nah, but then if we have the 5, so we put Giannis at the 4. I like Joel Embiid. I'm biased, though. That's the problem. I'm super biased when it comes to him. Because I like him as a person. I think he's funny, and he's a good player. So if we had a starting 5, okay? And I know Kevin Durant probably should be somewhere in there, but I only want to have one Warrior on this team because I still hate knowing that they have 4 or 5 All-Stars. They will have 5 when Boogie comes back. Just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. That's why I want them to lose. And I think they will. But it could be wishful thinking. So, I mean, do with that information what you will. Now, if we're going to go all-time, you see, this is where I get stressed out. All-time point guard, probably Magic Johnson. I know it's like a super convenient answer, but I mean, like when you guys watch highlights of this man play, it gives me goosebumps. Larry Bird for point guard, or are we just talking about in general? Oh, Michael Jordan, for sure, he's got to be on there. It doesn't matter who the rest of the people are. You could just have MJ. You could put me in this starting lineup, and we'll win a few rings. Have you guys, like, no joke, have you guys seen like clips of Jordan, like his highlights? I legit get goosebumps. Like, this guy used to play basketball. He's not this ancient statue that's walking around where we only talk about him back in ye old days. It wasn't too long ago when he was killing people on the court. He was a straight murderer. Figuratively. FBI, don't take that seriously. I'm 24 and a half. Alright, so we got Magic. We got Jordan. For the 3, besides LeBron, because what? Larry takes that position as well, I believe, right? But I like LeBron. I'd be cool with either or. You can give me whoever you want, but I would just love to see LeBron and Jordan play at the same time, so that'd be cool. Who's my favorite artist? That's a great question. I honestly don't know. Because I can't think of a good name, I'll put Quick Draw. Just shout him out. My favorite artist? I don't know. I should know that. That's crazy how I don't. Alright, for the 4 spot. For the 4 spot, man. I guess Tim Duncan. Super reliable. Wears weird clothing. Good solid player. I think that's enough of a reason. His clothing is enough of a reason just to pick him. And then for the 5, so many great centers over the years. I do think Shaq was a problem. I don't know if you guys saw Shaq play either. I didn't really see Shaq play, but I saw his highlights. You look at this boy's stats. My favorite rappers top 5. You guys aren't gonna get this reference, but Dylon. If you don't get that reference, it's Dave Chappelle. Type that in YouTube. That was a good show. Top 5 rappers. See, now you guys are gonna hate me. You guys are gonna think I'm dumb, which is fine, because you're not wrong. Hold on, let me switch to the game. Is it on ESPN? I think it's on ESPN, right? Let me know so I can switch to that channel. What am I watching right now? I'm watching Adult Swim, Naruto Shippuden. Anybody in here watch Naruto? Let me know if you do. Anybody in here run like they're from Naruto? That's the real question. Run with your hands behind your back, you know, so that way you get better wind drag or whatever. Oh man. Hey, if you ever see those kids in school, they run like they're ninjas, you don't mess with those kids. They got jutsu. If anything, you want those kids on your team when the war starts breaking out. But hey, yo, don't mess with me. Johnny knows how to do fireballs. Alright, let me switch to ESPN real quick. Come on, there it is. Yeah. It's ESPN. So now, not too bad, not too bad. What we're going to do is, so you see how we have this middle line? This glorious middle line. We're going to cut. Because that's what we do. Hold on, I got to prep my mouse. We're going to cut. And then the outsole is done. Basically. For the most part. Hypothetically. Maybe pick a slightly darker. Yeah. And then I have to I gotta go between all these fingers. So by the looks of it, the upper is not going to be super detailed. But that's okay because it's still going to look pretty sweet anyway. And I say that because I'm biased. Because I'm doing it, so of course I'm going to say that. Why wouldn't I say nice things about my work? Okay. Okay. And then too dark. Let's make it just a little bit lighter. Okay, maybe a little darker. I want this color. Not bad. So we can do that, and then ready? This is where the sauce gets added. Again, I'm not sure what that means. My lingo is so weird. As for the people who come into my job and they talk to me, they probably think, what is this guy talking about? You know how like when you work, I don't know if you guys have jobs, but when you work, you're supposed to greet the customer like all nice, like, hello ma'am, how are you doing today? If there's anything I can help you with out, please, by all means, let me know and I'll be with you as soon as I can. I say, what's up? Like just casually. Okay. A little bit darker, but not too dark. I said a little bit. What's we gonna do? And then what we can do is for some of these, might as well add extra detail because why not? I'm already here. We're gonna make this a little bit darker. Yee, I like that. So we're gonna follow through, because you always follow through. Guys, this is LeBron James' first game at home in a Lakers uniform. I'm so excited. Okay, cool. We're gonna have to make this aligned. Yee. And then we're just gonna bring that down. And then the outs will be done. The upper is not gonna take too long, because we got to watch this basketball game, of course. And I got to do homework. Hate having to do homework. Does anybody like doing homework? Let me know in the comment section below if you love doing homework. Because if you do, I got to have whatever you're having. Who thought of homework? Who is the sick person that was like, you know what? We're going to give these guys extra work to do at home. Because you know it wasn't a student who came up with that, right? It was some evil person who likes to watch people cry. I get homework. I absolutely do get homework. I'm in school, bro. University. Now we're going to do the upper. We're going to do these laces. These laces are going to be super easy. I go to the Art Institute of Tampa. So it's like it's art homework, so it's not the worst thing in the world. It's not as bad as like calculus. But it's homework. So it's still pretty bad. I have the game on, so I'm watching it. I'm also trying to like get this done as soon as possible, so that way you guys can enjoy your game and not have to worry about the stream. This stream will be uploaded to YouTube as soon as it's done. I will be also releasing a separate video of this stream condensed with like a time lapse of the drawing. I didn't listen to his music. I didn't listen to XXX music, so I can't give you a solid opinion. But I do want to keep it in context. He didn't pass away. He was murdered, which is messed up. And the guy who murdered him probably didn't like homework either. So it's like, what does that say about me? No. For real though, like, out of all the people you could murder, you gonna murder him? Like, really? Like, why don't you murder the guy who's like in your neighborhood that like steals children? You know? And he got caught. I know I'm watching the game. It's not like on, but it's on. Which made no sense coming out of my mouth, but you guys know what I mean. Bro, is London playing? I have ESPN. I think you meant LeBron. LeBron better be playing. It's the season opener for the Lakers at Staples Center. You're watching Boruto? I have not watched Boruto. Is it good? Is it worth watching? I'll tell you what though. When I finished Shippuden watching, like when I first finished watching Shippuden, I almost cried. Almost, because I'm like a thug, you know, I'm hard. We don't cry. No, it's fine. But I almost cried. That changed my life. The young ones, the Adidas, the model is okay. Depends on the colorway. Yeah, it really just depends on the colorway. A good colorway will make any trash shoe fire. Somebody quote that. A good colorway will make any trash shoe fire. I have not. Is that a good show? I have Netflix. I see it's on Netflix. I've heard people talk about My Hero Academia. If it's good, maybe I should get into it. Let me know. I like good animes. I don't think anybody likes bad animes. If you like bad animes, then I'm sorry, but I don't know. No, actually, that's not true. Every now and then I like a good bad anime. Just so I can appreciate the good ones, right? Kind of like how every now and then I like a bad movie. Like, what was a bad movie? I thought, God, what movie was it? Like Sharknado? That's a pretty bad movie. But it's so bad it's good. Okay, so we're gonna, at the top, we're gonna start filling in all these colors. I have not seen the sicko mode video. I know it came out. I gotta be honest, that song is still so weird to me because it changes up so much. It's not that it's bad, it's definitely different. And I like different. I like creativity. Is the video, like, when it comes to these rappers, the expectations for a video is nothing more than a bunch of girls with tiggle bitties. That's just the truth. So it is different. Nice. But how different? Like, does it speak to me on an artistic level, or is it just a bunch of Asian girls walking around with you know what? Again, nothing wrong with that, but if I want to see that, there's like websites I can go to. Oh, it has crazy visuals? Okay. You know what has crazy visuals? Doctor Strange. You guys seen that movie? The visuals in that were nuts. Like, when I was first watching the movies in theaters, I'm like, what in the world is going on? Like, my eyes were tired, man. After watching Doctor Strange, I'm like, I need like a mental break. I just saw like visual diarrhea and it looked awesome. But now I can't even drive home because I'm just so fried from all these colors. You know what's okay? Because Travis Scott's one of my, I would say he's on my top 5. I know somebody asked that earlier and I definitely didn't answer it because I don't have a good answer. I guess if I had to give a top 5 rapper, I don't know. Travis Scott's up there. I like Kanye. I like Drake. Shout out to Tupac, but I don't listen to enough of his music to have a good opinion. I liked Eminem for the longest time, but then I got bored. I kid you not. One time I only had Eminem songs on my my iPhone. Yeah, that killed it for me. After a month, I'm like, oh God, this was a terrible idea. I'm like, what was I thinking? Why did I think this is a good idea? Now I'm sick of him. I don't want to ever listen to him again. Thoughts on Cardi B? Music-wise or music-wise, she sounds like somebody hurt her really bad in her past. You know? But visually, she has very pretty eyes. Thoughts on 6ix9ine? His music, I could do without, personally. It's just not for me. He also looks like he swallowed a rainbow. So that's interesting. Is this all? What layer is this on? I don't know too much about Discord, so educate me. Let me know what that is. I know it's like a thing for groups. I sound like such an old man when I say these things. I heard it's a thing for groups. Like, I should really understand how all this works, but I don't. What layer is this? Okay, so all this needs to go to this layer. Now for those Skittles, should have him like on one of their commercials. He would be a great ambassador for the brand. Or maybe he wouldn't. I don't know. I just think it'd be funny. The best compliment. Why does it? Ugh. The best compliment I can give for whatchamacallit, for him is that the album or the cover artwork for Fifi I like, with him and Nicki Minaj, how it's like cartoony. I like that, but I'm an artist, so I don't really know if that means anything. The song is stupid. And I think he said it was stupid too, in like an interview. I'm actually, okay, so Pencil, they're doing another sneaker competition or whatever. I'm going to do it. It's a New Balance thing, so I'm going to be creating a New Balance sneaker. And yeah, what layer is this on? Okay. I literally have no idea what I just did. Okay, cool. As long as I can grab it, that's all I care about. I think I dragged a layer into another layer, and that's like a no-no. Because now everything is like in the abyss, in the realm of unknown. My sneaker, I'm not sure. It's got to have the New Balance logo, and that's all I know. I'm thinking, because I don't know if it has to be running or lifestyle. Because like New Balance, they have some good sneakers, but not a lot. One of my like fantasies is to like be a footwear designer for a brand that doesn't really have that good of a reputation when it comes to sneakers. Not like Skechers. Skechers would be way too much work. But like, you know, maybe like a Reebok, because they have some good models, but nothing that interesting as of late. Puma's kind of making a comeback. They signed a few players. Your lizard is watching with you. What's up? What up, lizard? What kind of colors do I want to go for? Here's the thing. Like, I obviously love blue. I guess it's not that obvious. I love blue. Blue is my favorite color. But if I'm going to do this, right, it's got to have a story. I can't just make a good design for a sneaker and be like, here it is. I hope you like it. Now, the ones they tend to pick are the ones that have a solid story behind it. Can you give this creation, this thing, meaning? Does it have depth? You know? Can you sell this to people and say this is more than just footwear? This is a brand thing, you know? This is a style thing. This is streetwear. You're wearing a piece of history on your foot. So I'd have to think of a good concept, a good story to go with it. And I think with that story, that concept, that whatever it is, that will help me decide. So like if I do my concept of like a frog, I'm just throwing this out there, or a lizard, shout out to that guy's lizard, right? Whatever his lizard is. I would like, okay, so let's say like an ancient Hawaiian lizard. I sound like I'm Tito from Rocket Power. The ancient Hawaiian lizards, right? If they were like notoriously blue and orange, then I would assume my design would incorporate a decent amount of blue and orange. Because if I just go for what colors I like, whoop, almost deleted everything. If I just go for whatever colors I like, that's not enough. Unless it looks good, but it's a safer bet to go with a shoe that has a story behind it that I can sell. Here's my design. Here's the story behind it. Here's why I think it's good. I should do a Naruto sneaker. Be like, when you wear these sneakers and you do certain hand signals, fire comes out of your mouth. Estimated retail price, $600. Bro, you have a pet lizard. That's awesome. It's awesome until one day he outgrows you. And then you're his pet. I do have a sneaker collection. And it consists of like 3 sneakers. So it's really not impressive. But I will tell you guys what it is. Since it's only 3 sneakers. It is... I have a dog, yeah. Now I'm just playing custom arts. I have no idea. She's only one. She's only 1 now, but next year she's going to be 2. And the year after that she's going to be 3. And when she's towering over you, you know, kicking her bowl around, saying, "Where's my food, human?" You're going to have to succumb to whatever her needs are. I don't know. I'm stupid. Don't listen to me. But, sneaker collection. Toro 4s, Baron 9s, and Canon LeBron 9s. What layer is this on? Let's, now I have to do surgery, which is fine. Alright guys, we're just going to do the upper real quick and then we're done. The game is about to start. And I'm excited. No, for real though, I don't think your lizard's going to eat you, bro. But if it does, the last thing I want you to say is, "Oh my god, he was right. I should have listened." No, if your lizard's ever going to eat you, I'm assuming by that point it's big enough to understand English. So you're like, hold up. If you ever want to eat good food again, because you don't know how to open up a can, you don't know where to find these mosquitoes, I can show you the way. You eat me, and you got to fend for yourself. I know where all the good stuff's at. So if you know what's best for you, leave me alone. Alright guys, we are nearing the very end. I'll start self-plugging all my stuff now. Guys, there is a beautiful website somebody once told me about. It's called Kicksart.com. It is the best website in the history of man behind YouTube. But only by a little bit, not by a lot. And on that website are free sneaker stencils. Enough said. Like, I don't even have to go on anymore. Like, if that doesn't get you guys super excited, I don't know what will. We're going to make this one like that. So now we got to just do some touch-ups. So let's... Okay, yeah, so we can... No, we gotta make these 2 darker. And then ready for this? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take all this. We're gonna bring this down here. Do something like this. And then we're gonna do something like this. Do something like this. There we go. Can I make a live stream of reading you guys' questions? I'm sure I'll get to that at some point. But because the game just started, because I want to watch it, and the Rockets are up by 3 and I'm annoyed, that's going to do it for this video. I wish I would have had more time to add those little whatever's in the upper. But for the purposes of today, this works. And actually, you know what? Let me just tweak this because I'm curious. Make the upper a little bit darker so there's more contrast. Nah, it's gonna go more out this way. Yeah, something like that. And then a little bit lighter. My next live stream? You know what? That's a good question. Tomorrow's gonna be a how to draw video. Guys, make sure you vote. I'll be uploading the poll probably sometime around, I don't know, noon? Somewhere around there. Noon, 1 o'clock. So make sure you vote. But probably like Monday or Tuesday, my next live stream. I like this a little bit better. Again, I have to work on it some more, but for now this works, and I gotta watch the game. You guys should too. Houston's up 7-2. So annoying. Come on, LeBron James. But that's gonna do it for today's live stream, guys. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you don't, hit a like anyway. I'll be uploading a new how to draw video tomorrow. A condensed version of this will be uploaded probably tomorrow or the day after. So with that being said, you guys already know that I'll see you guys tomorrow.